Good day, my dear students. Welcome to my class in MAPEH, the Music, Arts, Physical Education, and Health. This is your teacher for this subject, Mrs. Emily Pelpinosas of Istaka Integrated School. And today, we're going to tackle physical education. For this week's competency, you are going to undertake physical activity and physical fitness assessments. And then out of that, you can set goals based on the assessment result. When you say physical fitness, what comes out of your mind? Do you think you can have that kind of body too? Physical fitness is a state of health and well-being, and more specifically, the ability to perform aspects of sports, occupations, and daily activities. Physical fitness is generally achieved through proper nutrition, moderate to vigorous physical exercise, and sufficient rest. For this lesson, there are four components that comprises the health-related fitness, as based in the DLP Learners module, Physical Education and Health on page 9 to 17. These four components are body composition, strength, flexibility, and cardiovascular endurance. Body composition in physical fitness is used to describe the percentages of fat, bone, water, and muscles in human bodies because muscular tissues takes up less space in the body than fat tissue. Body composition as well as weight determine leanness. Its indicator is the body mass index or BMI, wherein the weight to height ratio is calculated by dividing one's weight in kilograms by the square of one's height in meter. Number 2, muscular strength. This is the amount of force that a muscle can apply in a given movement. Number 3, flexibility. This refers to a measure of the range of motion of different joints in the body. And lastly, the cardiovascular fitness. Cardiovascular exercises are basically activities that involves large muscles of the body and challenges your heart and lungs to work harder. Activities that improve cardio fitness are walking, hiking, running, swimming, skiing, dancing. Sports that improve cardio fitness like football, tennis, and basketball. Doing high intense training also helps improve cardiovascular fitness.
Push-ups are one of the most fundamental bodyweight exercises and are very popular. The movement is simple, can be done everywhere, and it's very effective because you are using a lot of muscles at the same time. Sounds good, right? The problem is that a lot of people concentrate on quantity instead of quality when doing push-ups. To avoid this, you should focus on these 4 points to make your push-ups perfect. Let's start straight with the number 1, the body position. A push-up is not only a triceps, chest and shoulder movement. Most people neglect their tension in the abdominal muscles, the hips and the legs. Often they form an arched back and have a leg and body tension. To avoid this, tilt your pelvis backward and keep your butt squeezed tight. The movement gets a lot harder with this, but it's also more effective. The second point is the arm position. The arm position doesn't really matter in terms of the perfect execution. A perfect push-up can be done with a wide or a narrow grip, but it's important to place your wrists in a nearly vertical line under your shoulder when you do the standard push-up. There are still exceptions for that rule, for example when you are doing pseudo planche push-ups, which puts the focus more on your shoulder. Or when you're doing sphinx push-ups, which are a triceps dominant movement. If you are working with standard push-ups and choose a wider grip, it involves the chest more than a close grip, and a close grip sets the focus more on your triceps. The only thing you should avoid completely are out-flared elbows, because this puts a lot of stress on your shoulder, which can lead to injuries. The closer you place your arms to the body, the more your elbows point backwards. The wider you place your arms, the more your elbows going away from your body, but they still point more backwards than to the side. The third point is the range of motion. This is quite simple, just don't cheat. Go all the way up and all the way down and let your body straight. Don't decrease the range of motion by bringing your head forward or your hips down. The last point is the shoulder blade movement. This is a very neglected point. When you're going down, your shoulder blades come together, and when you're going up, they go apart. You should also focus on pushing them downward instead of upward. But don't forget, there's still difference between a passive and an active way of this shoulder blade movement. If you are too weak in the shoulder girdle, your shoulder blades come together because you are not able to hold your body against the gravity. You can see this especially at the top of the movement. When you are going down, always focus on the tension and an active shoulder blade movement. Don't let yourself fall down into your structures. If you consider all those points and try it on your own, you will notice that it's much harder to do. Maybe your amount of maximum repetitions will drop, but that doesn't matter. Always focus on quality over quantity, and you will be rewarded with progress and a healthy body.
What you're going to do is lay down on your back. You're going to have one knee bent and one leg straight. The purpose of that is just to preserve the neutral curve in your lumbar spine. Okay, you're going to take your hands and put them just under the top of your hips. You should feel your hip bones underneath your fingers. And you're going to curl up, not poking your chin or tipping your head. My head and shoulders are going to stay lined up. Just going to curl forwards, hold it for 10 seconds. Notice my elbows are off the floor, and I'm maintaining natural breathing. And back down. Okay? So, if I'm sticking my fingers into my stomach, you're going to see them as they curl up. They're going to come out. So this isn't an abdominal hollow. Don't try to suck your belly down flat. This is an abdominal brace. Okay? So you can see my hands, as I contract, they come out. Right? So we're going to hold this for 10 seconds, and down. And that's the curl up.
Zipper test. For the performer, stand erect. Raise your right arm, bend your elbow, and reach down across your back as far as possible to test the right shoulder. Extend your left arm down and behind your back, bend your elbow up across your back, and try to reach or cross your fingers over those of your right hand as if to pull a zipper or scratch between the shoulder blades. To test the left shoulder, repeat the same procedure with the left hand over the left shoulder. For the partner, Observe whether the fingers touched or overlapped each other. If not, measure the gap between the middle fingers of both hands. Record the distance in centimeter. Scoring. Record the gap overlap to the nearest 0.1 centimeter.